everyone, it's Christina and I have had a massive week. I have to say that yes, I moved my entire room around. I've changed everything up. I've played around with the sound, a new film editing suite. I've played around with where the camera's going, and there are still little things that can be tweaked, but for the most part I'm just over moving things around, that's for sure. As a friend of mine says, I had to have a Bex and a lie down after it for a day or two. So I thought I would do a quick little video today just to test out all of my equipment, test out my sound, and just like craft along, have a chat. Well, I can chat to you. No, it'd be nice if you were chatting back. I've got a little bit of scrap background stuff, and I thought I'd make some tags anyway. This is just something I picked up, a Dada exhibition that was at Banul. But you know what? You know what I like? This card, it's a bit glossy on this side, but on this side it's really matte. So oh, look at that. Even that's even a perfect size. I hope everyone's really well. I really did overdo it. I hurt my back in the end after moving all my cupboards and everything around. I had to have a day or two visiting the chiropractor, etc. Better now. And now all I'm doing with a lot of my moving is really just going through tubs and deciding actually how many bits of cardboard I really need to have. I know we can never have enough. Anyway. So I thought I was going to make a tag out of this, but as I'm doing it, you know what I'm doing? I'm actually making a journaling card. There you go. Because I always used to think, what do people lean on if they need to journal, if they've got their book on their lap or they're on holidays or something like that? How do they do that? How does that work? So journaling cards are kind of a bit more solid, so you can lean on them. Where if you're in that situation, anyway. Hope everyone's well. Just update you on our lockdown here in Melbourne, in Australia. So it's been extended. Our level 4 has been extended till an extra 2 weeks because the numbers didn't go down like they were supposed to. People are still being silly, of course, as they are. After I hurt my back, I ended up having a really bad couple of days. I think when you live with someone else too, sometimes you kind of go through what they're going through without realising it. And I didn't realise both my flatmate and I were both going through stuff at the same time, and just, we were just having a little bit of trouble with ourselves, not with each other really, but we're both very individual, and we're both we like our own space. We like being on our in our own little worlds, and so I think we realised that we were just a bit too in each other's face, but we didn't have any choice. I can't imagine how it is for couples who are not used to seeing each other so often, to how they've dealt with lockdowns. And we're kind of lucky because I'm upstairs. I've got my bedroom upstairs and my own bathroom, and I can just noodle along up here to my heart's content, because this is the second bedroom, and it's mine, so I just use it for my crafting room. Lucky for me. Anyway, we've worked it out. She's going to go to work 1 or 2 days a week, which gets her out. And I've probably talked about it before, but you know, not bad for her, being a triathlete, not being able to do anything is really difficult. I went for a walk yesterday, and the lady that lives in the front unit is a personal trainer, and I ended up suggesting perhaps that my flatmate should go round and do a personal training session, so she feels like she's doing something she loves. Now, I found this little pattern book, which is very cute, and I wish they didn't do things like this, but you can't always get that off, so that's not really usable. I'm going to fussy cut this little girl. And you know what? You know why I like this? Because when I was that age, I had an outfit exactly the same, which my mum probably bought this pattern and made, but I found this in the second-hand shop. It all comes back round, doesn't it? This is so cute. Love the gorgeous little innocence. Okay, so I am going to do a room reveal for the 500 subscribers, and I just wanted to say thank you everyone for coming on board and for watching my videos. Still relatively new, so I'm really grateful, really grateful. Oh, isn't that cute? I wonder if I might just put this little fella down here. It reminds me of me and my brother. There you go. How cute is that? Yeah, so I've done my pre-recording, the before. Where am I? I totally locked myself up. I moved everything out, and I got myself caught in the far corner of the room, away from the door, and I didn't know how to get out. Oh dear. Yes, so I'll do a room reveal after. Now that I can get in and out the door, and I can even walk around. They're really cute little drawings of the children. So yesterday I realised, because I'd hurt my back and because I'd been moving my room, I hadn't actually really been out very much for a walk. And I went out for a walk the day before yesterday, just in the evening. But yesterday I decided to go for a nice big long walk in the daytime, because, you know, a lot of people get a bit like claustrophobic with their, I mean, I know I do. I get really claustrophobic with the face mask on, and it brings up a lot of anxiety for me. If I can't breathe, it brings up childhood trauma, and these things are very real. Someone actually made a little post the other day about, you know, on Facebook about this exact thing where, you know, people are starting to do these silly witch hunts about people who won't wear a mask. as well as conspiracy theorists refusing to wear one. And people just aren't being kind, you know, they're not being kind about the fact that there are actually some people that wearing a mask is a trauma for. But I went for a walk yesterday with my scarf on, no one around. I pulled it down under my nose because I just have been finding that I feel so ill wearing it, mentally and physically and emotionally. Been a bit unhappy about the whole thing. Not being able to breathe, feeling sick in my stomach, all of that. Anyway, I had it down under my nose and I walked around, and whenever I saw someone I pulled it up over my nose, and I thought that was fine. Then I ran into my neighbour, had a sit down, had a chat. Felt like, you know what, the thing is that what people aren't talking about is how much people are going to have to process the trauma of all this later. When I was talking to the lady in number 1, who's a personal trainer, we both agreed, you do it, you put your mask on, you go into the supermarket, you do what you have to do. If you drive up, you don't have to wear it in your car, you know, but you still just go in and you wear it and you do what you're meant to do, and that's it. You don't, you know, it's like, it's no big deal. Yeah. Like a bit of orange there. But the big deal is the fact that, like, I'm noticing, oh, I didn't stick him down, how much it's affecting my mental health. So this is what I worry about. You know, down the track, the effects to people's mental health. Even, you know, you can be logical about it and you can be all just get on with it, but there still is trauma attached to it. Anyway, I'm waffling on again, and as I do sometimes, stick them down. Am I in frame? I hope I am. It takes a little while to get used to your new setup. Oh yeah, that's pretty good. Oh, I know, I've got a story. I, yesterday, because this reminds me of my brother and me when we were little, yesterday my brother posted on Instagram, so he's the same era as I am, we're in our 50s, and he posted the very first book. So my dad worked in a bindery factory. My dad was a plate maker. I know I've said that before, but if you haven't watched back any old videos, I can just tell you again. So my dad used to work in a printing factory, and when they were going to print a book, they would print a blank. So it was just like our journals now, you know, like empty books with just the pages, and they'd make a blank to get all the glue right and the cover right and the pages inside right. And he had this blank that he'd found because he's been going through some of his old stuff as well and just chucking some stuff out. And he had written all these stories as, you know, maybe 7 or 8 year old. And they were so funny, but the point of it was that as a child he had always wanted to be a book writer, and you know, he went and he was a DJ for ages and he loved that and he did that, and then he was Maybe that can go on the other side. Then he was, yeah, he was a DJ, but then he went and he did his, he ended up doing his Masters of Creative Writing in the end. And that is interesting because now he's published 8 or 9 books. And it's just funny when you look at how, as a child, he loved that, and he, you know, that's what he wanted to do, really. So that was amazing. Gosh, it was funny, though, seeing all those, you know, like little kids' stories that he'd written in his book. And he had pictures, that's right, he had pictures that he'd drawn of people playing music in bands. And the interesting thing about that is that he was in a band for a little while, and part of his writing is that he interviews musicians and then he writes books about them. Like, I don't know if he interviewed David Bowie, but anyway, he's done books about the Beatles and David Bowie and Prince and stuff. So I don't know if he interviewed all of those people, but he's, you know, he's been a top DJ in Australia and stuff, so he's done a lot of that stuff. So that's a good story, isn't it? Don't you think? I thought it was a good story. It made me laugh. Right, I don't think I'm going to fussy cut this whole thing because that will take me hours, but just this one. Now, as this is not really a journaling card, but a card to lean on, oh, it's still sticky. I don't need to put any writing stuff on it, but I might actually matte. I might Mod Podge, or I might matte medium over the top of it to seal it. Also, thanks to the people that bought from my shop too. That was lovely. Thank you. Hope you enjoy making some things out of my digis. Get some more up now that I feel like I'm kind of, aside from still learning more about this new editing suite that I'm using, and if I'm happy with the sound quality and the visual quality, I reckon I'm just going to get back on with doing things. Now, what else would I like to put on here? Right. Get that hard edge off. Right, a bit of this, stress the edge a bit. So the point of the story about my brother and his book was that his wife and I think it's someone from their publishing company had a chat about how, you know, people are at home and what about looking at the idea, it probably means one of the two of them is doing a book on it, to be honest, if they're talking about it, because that's what happens with them. What did you dream about when you were younger that actually came true? So that's finding his book and talking about him being a writer, etc., was that he had that dream, and then that is actually what happened. So it set me off thinking, what did I want to do when I was younger? And I think the interesting thing is, mostly I wanted to be a singer. So I did that, did that for a while. And I also knew that I wanted to have my 2 daughters, which I did that. And I also, when I went and did my teacher training, everyone was going, oh, you're going to teach music, and it was like, no, I didn't want to teach music. I don't know why. I think because there was a lot of pressure for me to, because as a singer there was a lot more pressure to I don't know the maths of it, you know, and it was like that wasn't how I worked. Whoops. That squeaky happening. But you know what I said? I always said, no, I want to teach art. And so I went and taught in primary schools, and I did do a little bit of art teaching, but it was mostly generalist. And the interesting thing is that now I feel like I'm kind of teaching art, and it's in a way that really works for me. So thanks for my brother and his wife for prompting that little thought. I wonder what did you want to be when you were growing up? Like, did it happen? Did it come true? Did you outcreate it? Did you go further? Oh, that's nice. I like that. Oh, that's cute. Something else. Needs something else. That's almost all right for a back. I'm happy about that. What about this though? I feel like there's something here. Oh, words. All right. I've got new little shelves, and I've put all my little. Got some Tim Holtz words. I've got some other. Nope. I've got some of these. Extraordinary. That might work. Live, laugh, la. Oh, that's cute. Oh, what about treasured? Oh, that's nice. Let's put that there. I think I'll put some extra glue on. There. All right. Just get that to blend in. Oh. I like those little dots there behind that. Loving orange at the moment. Orange is just so good. I know. Where is it? Here it is. Things are within reach at the moment. I'm loving it. Oh, sorry, that was probably really loud. Just doing it off camera so it's not so loud. It's probably still loud, but anyway, that's better. Now, I want to seal it. I want to seal it because if it's going to be a writing thing, you don't want these edges to be peeling up. Okay, and where are my brushes? All my brushes are on the other side of the room, so I definitely need to. If this is where I've ended up deciding I'm sitting, I'm going to have to do something about those brushes being over there. All right, let's seal this. This one is matte medium. And it dries clear. And I can work over the top of it if I want to after, if I think, oh no, I'm just going to do a bit more. Which is possible, you never know. I might like to paint actually over the top of this, but for now, this is going to have to dry. I'm going to go and have a cup of tea. Oh yes, I really do want to actually, once that's dry, I really want to get my oil pastels and have a play. Okay, so that might be a part 2. Never know. Let's see. I want to seal the back as well, but I'll wait for that to dry. I will be back after a cup of tea. Okay, so it's dried and I have coated in Mod Podge the other side as well. So for now, this is what this is, and I'm going to end it there for now, and I might come back and do a part 2 with any more additions, but for now it would be perfectly fine as a journaling card to lean on when you're writing. Yeah, okay. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!